What's happening? This your boy Young Holyfield. You already know I'm from the A. I'm right here on Industry Most Wanted.
Must be out your rapper, that mind extending your hand ain't giving you doubt. Once you cross that line, there's no remorse, of course I'm taking it down. I go Rambo with the switch and Congo on the monkey bitch. Boss status, never been a runner, I flip my own chicken. Buckle nets, I demand respect, I sign my own check. Infinite, yeah, that my little twin, I finger for the...
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we're live. Where are we at? Industry's Most Wanted. The big one, not the little one. Speaking of the big one, I got the biggest in the building. What is going on, Mr. Young Holyfield? How you doing today?
What's happening? I'm doing pretty good.
Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Boom. Appreciate it.
For sure.
Absolutely. Give us a brief introduction of yourself, and then we're going to dive in.
What's happening? This your boy Young Holyfield. Originally from Atlanta. Grew up on Campbellton Road. Been into the music industry now for 5 years strong. So that's pretty much it.
Absolutely. I love it. Definitely. That was a great intro. That's really all I needed. So you're an artist and a songwriter.
Yes.
Born and raised in the A. Shout out to A-Town, Atlanta. Did Atlanta at all provide some motivation for you for wanting to become a music artist?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. From growing up listening to Cash and Goody Mob and Kilo and Sammy Sam, and it's just the whole movement, I always wanted to be a part of it.
Absolutely, 100%. When I've been coming to Atlanta since the 90s. I came out here for Freaknik back in the 90s.
Okay.
Man, it was such an experience. It was just me and my homegirl. And I told myself back then, I said, I'm going to live there one day because I just love the culture of it. And I made sure when I first moved here that I connected with a lot of the legends that you mentioned. I interviewed Kilo Ali, and I interviewed Rico Wade, the founder of the Dungeon Family, and Big Gip. And because I feel like if I'm moving to a city, I want to pay respect and homage to the people who paved the way for what I'm able to do today.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So those were some of the people that potentially inspired you as well.
For sure.
Okay, so you discovered music at the age of 8. Mm-hmm. You wrote your first song at the age of 14.
All right.
What were you writing about at 14 years old?
Ooh, well, at that time, I was with some cats over on Brick Road, which is in Stone Mountain. That's my other hood where I grew up at also. They had Money in the Bank, had their own label. And so Money Mark pretty much had everybody in the hood come out, and rap or whatnot. But during that time, 13, 14, I was still in the streets a little bit. Yeah. My kind of upbringing, I kind of started fast. So when I was 13, 14, I'm breaking in 15, 20 bands. Yeah, because I was living pretty fast. I was going to Club Nicky at the age of 14. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. So one of my partners, Taz, were like, man, look, get out the streets. Why don't you come try to write a rhyme? You know what I mean? So... and it just went from there.
I love it. Were you hanging around people a lot older than you at that time?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I was too, and I felt like I kind of jumped off the porch a little young too, because I was hanging around people older than me. Like my sister, God rest her soul, she passed now, but like I was hanging out with her, and she was heavy being in the streets, you know. I feel like oftentimes we can become a product of our environment. However, we can work our way up out of that situation as well. Definitely. What would you say, going back to your 14-year-old self, if you could sit down and just have a one-on-one conversation with 14-year-old Young Holyfield, what would you say?
Be patient. Continue being humble, and and always love yourself.
Yeah.
I think somewhere down that line, you looking for validation or from your older OGs, so to speak, and sometimes they can lead you into the wrong. A lot of times that street shit I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you good. They're
gonna lead you into the wrong.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're not gonna beat the streets. So me knowing that now, that would have saved me from going to prison.
That's actually the next thing that I want to talk about before we dive into music. You overcome some major obstacles, we'll say, in your life, including incarceration, like you just said. What was the turning point that made you decide to go back to school and rebuild your life?
All right, at that point, just around 01 to between 01 and 05, pretty much throughout that time, it was I had got a name Monday to Monday from where I've been partying 7 days a week. We go from Coco Loco to Foxy Lady to Pleasers. I mean, we going. And so it got to a point where I was tired. I had kids at the time, so I wanted to be successful. And the streets gonna leave me locked up. I got to try to find out some kind of trade. I got to do something. So I got up one morning just leaving pinups. I probably got in like 6 that morning. And I'm just sitting there around about 8, 9 o'clock. Had them came by, and I'm looking at TV, and that commercial came on. You sitting at home, you ain't got nothing to do. You might as well get up and so it's the average commercial.
Oh, okay.
As far as dentistry goes. And so that's what pretty much, I said, let me call these people. And called them, and then my life pretty much changed from that point.
And that was a great field to get into because that's something that's never going to go away. People always need a dentist, whether it's getting their teeth cleaned or maybe they got a cavity or they need an extraction or so on and so on. So It's like, how do you feel like that pivoted your life getting into dentistry?
Well, I learned a trade and I met a lot of wonderful people.
Yeah.
I saw a side of life that I never thought that existed, to be honest, because when you grow up in the hood and you go into clubs and partying, all you seeing is fights and it's a lot of negativity.
Yes.
Also. But then when you go into a dental function and then they got food for you and everybody's smiling, and I'm like, dang, I can actually come somewhere where nobody throwing hands and nobody getting hit with a bottle. So like it showed me another side, like in corporate.
Absolutely. I came from a corporate background prior to doing this, and I did outside sales and marketing. So it's like I used to have to schmooze with the Fortune 500 companies and go to these big events. And you're absolutely right. You go there and everything is laid out for you.
Right.
The food, the drinks, everything.
It's a whole vibe.
It's a whole vibe. And honestly, like I tell myself, I've been in this for 14 years. I eventually want to circle back, even if it's just part-time, and get back into the workforce because, you know, I'm in my 50s now, so I'm at that age where I'm like, do I want to do this and retire from doing this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like I'm kind of like on the fence with that right now. But you're right, like it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. So how did your time working in dentistry shape your perspective, especially as someone who once put music on pause to focus on that career?
Right. I completely put it on pause, and then at that time I was just thought about, because it was so hard to find a job.
Yeah.
I tried the railroads. I tried working for sanitation. Well, I got a call saying, hey, listen, they don't do background checks and they don't do drug tests in the medical or dental offices, so you may want to try that. So once I applied and got the job, that shaped me into just being more of a family man.
Yeah.
Just strictly give music a break and just key in, focus on my family.
Absolutely. Do you feel like having been incarcerated, coming out, that's probably one of the most challenging things, is to find work, somebody that's not going to judge you based upon that portion of your life?
Right. It's so many stripes against people that's convicted felons.
Yeah.
Places to live at. Like right now at my age, coming up, before I just recently bought a house, but before then, I couldn't get a house in my name.
Yeah.
I couldn't get an apartment in my name because I had a felony at a young age.
Wow.
So that can affect you, because at that point, your life got to be dependent on someone else.
Yes.
Because who am I going to stay with 25 years old?
And that, I know, as a man, can weigh on you.
A lot.
It can weigh on you because, you know, men, you know, I'm not a man, but I've been around enough and been in relationships that I know that if things aren't exactly where you want them to be, it can really weigh on your mental.
It could. And then if you have kids on top of that,
Yeah.
with child support and all that. So it's pretty much a lot of stripes against you. So my thing is, I want to be able to help a lot of people, convicted felons, find shelter, find somewhere like a second chance where it can really rehabilitate them and help them out. Because you put them out there back with the wolves.
Exactly, because if they've been incarcerated for many, many years, think about how quickly the world evolves.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure, how long were you incarcerated?
2 years.
So 2 years, which isn't a long time, but it's long enough.
Right, very long.
You know, like, especially when you're sitting behind them walls, like it probably seemed like 20 years.
It felt like it.
I'm sure even in them 2 years coming out, you've seen quite a bit of change, right?
Oh, yeah.
Anybody who's possibly in your situation that they may see this, because I know in being incarcerated, they do have access to a lot of, you know, phones and this, that, and the third, and they may see this. What would you tell them if, like, maybe they're on the road to coming home and they're just uncertain of what they need to do once they touch the ground outside?
Well, first of all, when you come home, the main thing is don't be in the rush. You need to just sit back and analyze yourself, know who you are as a person again, and before you go making any kind of decision.
Yeah.
You know, But it's so many things that you can do as far as trying to start a trade. I'm a big entrepreneur geek. Like, I want to see people do well.
Yeah.
You can start a lawn company. You can start a bounce house company, a funnel cake company, whatever you want to do. But just try to invest time and money into yourself.
Absolutely. I think having a business as an entrepreneur, and this is something that's been heavy on my mind, where you're actually offering a product.
Right.
Can make a big difference because there's that supply and demand situation. You previously owned, like you said, what is it called? Bounce House?
Bounce House. It was Leap of Faith Leap of Faith Bounce House.
Okay.
And so we ended up starting with so after I left dentistry, I ended up starting with 3 bounce houses, and which led up to us having 12 with 2 box trucks, a lot of water slides. We pretty much brought in $6,500 to $7,000 a month.
Wow, that's great money.
Yeah, so we had the box truck wrap, and so we pretty much was all over Georgia.
Man, yeah. So you guys would cover majority of Georgia if it made sense.
If it made sense.
Yeah.
I go to South Carolina.
I know that's right.
Yeah,
the money, right? Like, right. As an entrepreneur, it's like, you have to be mindful of the moves you make, but at the same time, there's going to be times where you may not want to do it, but you're like, man, the money sounds kind of good. Let me make it happen.
And being an entrepreneur brings you so much peace.
Yes.
It can bring you so much peace because you're not obligated to go hit someone else's clock. The privilege of being able to wake up when you want to set your own schedule, that's so much peace. And like I say, I would encourage anyone to go out and at least give yourself a chance.
Yes. At
least one time in your life. You go through school, you go through college, you work, and all your life you're being a worker.
Yes.
And so we spend all this money, $5,000, $10,000 to go to Hawaii, but we won't put no money behind our company on ourselves.
Man. That is facts. We have to be strategic with how we spend our money. Yeah. And if you have a small business or if you're a music artist, you got to invest in your career 100%. And I feel like, again, it gives you that complete freedom. And that's what I love so much. Like, I don't make as much as I was making when I was working in corporate America. I'm getting there, but the freedom is priceless.
Right.
Like you said, if there's a day I want to just take the day off and sleep in, I could do that.
Well, if you're working for somebody, guess what? You got to hit their clock. You got to deal with their attitude. It's so much you got to do with. You have to deal with. So I advise anyone to at least give yourself a try before you check out of here.
Absolutely, absolutely. You had mentioned graduating at the top of your class.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations on that. That's big. Okay, pop your ish. How did that moment feel considering where you started?
Oh man, that was like a big major accomplishment for me because from where I come from, and then to actually, I think in my class it was like maybe 50 something other people, and like out of all of us, only 4 of us graduated. I was the first, only one that had a job. Yeah.
Hold on now. Let's pause for a second. There was 50 something people and only 4
graduated.
So the
out
rest
of my class,
out of your class, the rest of them kind of just trickled off, fell off.
Probably chose other careers or whatever they decided. Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing.
So I was the first one to even get a job.
Man, look at you.
I want to say this. Shout out to Shadell Stevens. She's a remarkable dentist. She gave me an opportunity when no one else did. And Dr. Lynn Livingston. Both are great people. And if you need a dentist, please go holler at them.
Where are they located at?
Shadell Stevens is on Rock Bridge in Stone Mountain.
Oh, okay.
And Lynn Livingston is on Lawrenceville Highway.
Really?
Yep.
I'm going to make sure before you leave, please don't let me forget, because I'm actually looking for a new dentist because I think myself, like a lot of other people, you kind of get that fear sometimes because I have very sensitive teeth. Mm-hmm. And there was one time I had to get a root canal done, probably like 20 years ago. And I remember when they went in, I wasn't numbed enough. Oh, yeah. And it was so much pain. And ever since then, I've had fear. And I just recently went to a new dentist, but they were very unprofessional. And I'm not going to get into why. So I'm looking for one. So
either one of those, I'm going to give you both of the information.
Please do, because I live off of Lawrenceville Highway. I'm in Lawrenceville, but it's a straight shot.
Right.
Yeah, so absolutely. I might be coming to see you, sis.
One of the best. One of the best.
That is amazing. Thank you. See, it was all glory to God. We were supposed to meet.
Right.
So you say music is your therapy. Mm-hmm. Can you walk us through what that means to you on a personal level?
Usually, music, it helps me clear my thoughts. Most times, if I'm not listening, I'm complete silence if I'm not listening to music. But I like to hear music that helps me think, helps me meditate. And so it's motivation. It's like some healing medicine for me. So.
Absolutely. And, it's ironic you say that, because I ask that very, very often with artists I sit down. I ask them if creating music or just music in general is a form of therapy, because I feel like we as humans, we need something to pour our emotions into, because we go through a lot.
Right.
You've been through a lot.
Right.
And it's like you said, it's like that healing. It just feels good.
It feels good.
Yeah, absolutely.
It puts you in a good mind, like especially if it's the music is good to get. It'll put you in your mind there automatically.
Absolutely.
It speaks for itself, and so you just get into a peaceful or whatever your mind at.
Yeah. Are you open to either listening to or creating with other genres of music outside of like hip hop?
Yeah, actually, I have a country song
Nice.
out right now.
You have the voice for it. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you got that voice for a country record.
I have a country song out right now called "Country Party," featuring my dog Kenny Wayne.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be shooting a video to that soon.
Country's really, it's always been prominent, but just over these last couple years, especially leaking over into like hip hop and intermingling, like with the line dancing is very popular now.
Right.
I love it.
Right.
I love the fact that people are somewhat uniting through music,
Right.
if that makes sense. There's still a lot of weirdness and racism and this, that, and the third in the world, but I feel like music is that universal language.
It's connecting.
Exactly.
And
it feels good.
You got people that never wore a cowboy hat before putting it on.
Yeah, and boots.
Boots, all that. Who never owned a pair of boots.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that lets you know that it's still working.
Exactly. The unity is coming together through the
Right.
music. And if that's what it takes, then I'm here for it.
Bingo.
I'm here for it. Absolutely. So when is this record anticipated to release, your country record?
Well, it just came out. And so right now, like I said, we're in the process of getting the final things together for the video.
Yeah.
And so I'll keep everyone posted as far as
Sooner
that.
than later.
Very soon, though.
So after 14 years away from music, how did it feel stepping back into the studio? Was it intimidating or was it empowering?
I think when I stepped back out this time, I was ready.
Yeah.
I was ready. I was focused. And once I went to California, shout out to Devin, Camden Films. They shot my first video.
Okay.
I went out to LA, me and my wife. We shot the video, came back to the city, got a real good response. And so once Cool, he's actually my producer and engineer, once he sent me the song back and we heard the results, and I saw my wife tear up and crying like, baby, this your passion. You know what I'm saying? So that really just put me on a whole nother level. My drive just went through the roof.
Through the roof. Absolutely. When you have a supportive partner in your life, whether it's your spouse, significant other, I feel like that makes it so much better. It feels good, because that's all we ever want is somebody to genuinely support us.
Bingo.
The moment them tears came to her eyes, that was solidification that
That's all I needed.
Yes, all you needed.
That's all I needed.
Shout out to your beautiful wife.
Candace Holyfield. Love you, baby. Yeah.
Nah, that is amazing, because being in this music industry, it can be difficult with having a significant other who's not in the industry.
And who's not understanding.
Exactly, because I've been there, done that. And it can really make or break a relationship.
And I have people questioning me all the time, like, what your wife think about girls being on you in a video? It's a video. It's not real. It's just we putting on a show right now, but it's no disrespect, though.
Of course, they are literally like paid actors.
Bingo. That's all it is.
They're hired help. I don't mean to sound
Not
that
like that.
in a degrading way, but that's really what they are.
Right.
They are
It's a
hired.
job.
It's a job. Absolutely. So it takes the special right kind of people to have the securities within themselves.
Right.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, because I came from me on the opposite side. I had my previous relationship. He hated the fact that I had to be around men all the time, and I'm like, it's work for me.
Right.
I don't go there and fantasize about them. You know what I'm saying? It's work, and it's just it takes the right, so that's a blessing right there.
I know without Candace, man, it would have been very hard.
Yeah.
She was my best friend, my backbone. And
She's your rock.
number one thing.
I love it, definitely. Yeah. So you have a new single and an album titled I Am.
Yeah.
What is the message behind the title, and how does it reflect like the evolution of who you are as an artist and as a man?
I am. I was going through I think we talked about it earlier. I was going through a dark phase.
Yeah.
I lost my dad in 2013.
Man.
So it was just a lot going on. And so I was, like I said, I was in a dark place. And so I ended up looking in the mirror one day. I ain't gonna lie. I broke down in so many tears and just asking God what's going on, why. It was just so much going on. But I looked in the mirror and told myself I love who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I just spoke life back into myself at that moment.
Man, you're about to make me tear up.
For real. So it was like, and I had to rethink.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? Our earth, God made us here for us to be able to enjoy this.
Yes.
We don't supposed to be stressed. We don't supposed to be, it's all a mindset thing. If you don't like your surrounding, change the surrounding. You got people around you draining you, change that. You can do it. You see what I'm saying? If you go on alcohol or drugs, whatever you're doing right now, it's never too late to start over. Just right now, wherever you at in life, you can start over from that point. And so that's what I did. When I looked in that mirror, tears came down. And I started saying great affirmations about myself. And then, and I just felt it. And I started speaking to my higher spiritual self. And that right there just led me into where I am now.
Man, that is beautiful. I love that. I love that, because I feel like we all at some point in time go through some dark moments in our life because we've had toxic situations or tragic things happen, like you said, losing your father. And I went through that. I lost my sister and my mother. And
sorry about that.
Yeah, and definitely my condolences to you as well. And it's very difficult when you lose people that close to you because you almost lose yourself.
You really do lose. I mean, like I said, I feel empty on the inside, and I have my days. But now that I'm more spiritually connected, so I just know that my dad still lives.
Yeah,
he's living through me, and so it's my duty to just live out my purpose and do the right thing, and make sure my 7 boys are raised and young kings, and making sure I leave a legacy behind for them.
That's powerful.
So that's the main thing I'm focused on now, just leaving something behind for my kids.
Yes.
And doing everything in my power to get homeless people off the street. That's my whole purpose.
Absolutely. And that's the thing is once you find out and figure out what your purpose is in life, man, everything is up from there.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't think about jury and all this stuff.
Me either.
I can't benefit that. I had this stuff when I was young.
I got beads on. Like that's
right. That's all I need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So right now, like my wife and I, we are in the process of closing on maybe 10 acres of land.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So it's just a lot that I'm doing, getting myself in position to be able to help as much as I possibly can.
Absolutely. And something you said a couple minutes ago, I want to circle back to. You said that God gave us a lot of gifts out here.
Right.
I say that so often because I'm a nature junkie. Nature's my therapy, kind of like music is your therapy. I like hiking. I like going for walks. I like being at the park around water. And I say that all the time. I'm like, God gave us so many beautiful gifts. Get out there and enjoy them.
But we find ourselves saying, I need God, send me a sign. Send me a sign. Well, we woke up, you open your eyes.
That is your sign.
That's your sign. You able-bodied. Get up and just start wherever you are in your life. Just start from there. It ain't never too late. It's only too late when they close that casket.
The only person that could get in your way is you.
Bingo.
Stop making excuses and hold yourself accountable.
Right.
Man, how do you typically start your day every day?
Good question. I wake up every morning at 3:30.
Wow, that is discipline.
For the last 5 years.
What time are you going to bed?
I can go to bed like around, lately, about 8:30, 9 o'clock, to be honest.
Okay.
But even if I go to bed like at 11 or 12, no matter what, my body automatically wake up at 3:30, no later than 4. So what I do, I didn't understand why I was getting up so early. So I said, man, I'm just up. So what I do, I take that time and I meditate. Everything that happened to me yesterday or before is forgot about. I want a fresh start. So 3:30 for me, I get up, shower, and most times I'm reading or I'm into like spiritual things.
Yeah.
Just to better myself and try to strategize and plan out my next move. So I meditate at that time. That's how I write my raps.
Yep.
I do everything at that time.
That's one of the most important things we can do is meditate. Mm-hmm. My dad taught me about that because he's been doing it for years and years and years. And he's like, you have to take that time, like you said, to clear everything and leave it where it was.
You got to.
Stop carrying it into the next day and the next day because it will fester.
Yeah, because what happens is if you pissed off about something that happened yesterday, you go out, you mad. First of all, you wake up last minute, you rushing out the house.
Yeah.
Now you pissed off about what happened. Now you at the light. I got a whole different you. You got an attitude. Now, if I'm mad, whatever going on in my situation, so now we both pissed off. Now we got road rage.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So people need to allow themselves some time Go to bed early, whatever you have to do to make your life better for you.
Yes. Absolutely. And I now carry the attitude of this too shall pass. Because you think about, say something does happen today and it pisses you off. A week from now, you're not even going to remember it anymore.
Man, you ain't even going to, 9 times out of 10, yeah, you're not going to remember it. Then you ain't going to see this person probably one more again in life. That's like, I even go that far, like, if I let somebody borrow some money and they don't pay me back, bro, you can have it.
Exactly.
Because guess what you did? You burnt your bridge with me.
Yes.
Why I got to come cuss you out, chase you down, put a pistol on you and do all that, pop that little money? I'm going to get $500 back again. You go on about your business, and then you'll get what you looking for later on. But with me, I ain't going to entertain that. And so a lot of us, we end up entertaining petty stuff.
Yes.
And then that'll cost you your whole life.
It'll cost you your whole life because, like you said, if you go over there and pull a pistol
it's
on
going to lead to something else. And then he going to feel like now it don't turn from the 500. So you don't try me.
Exactly.
So it's going to lead to a whole nother situation. So like with me now, it's only a few people that I deal with on a personal level.
Yes.
And it's a bond. It's a family. And we don't cross each other. We stand on business. That tip of the scale in diamond music. You see what I'm saying?
That is facts,
That's why I don't have no drama, no beef out here. I don't got no problem. Everything's smooth. You see what I'm saying? We get money and we take care of our people.
There you go. Are you still incorporating them positive affirmations into your daily?
Every day.
Yeah.
Everything positive with me. I don't deal. Can't nobody even call my phone with nothing negative. I don't have the energy for it. I'm too old for that.
Me too.
I'm like, when we gonna wake up and realize what's more important in life? I can't worry about what Kiki them doing, Dre man them. I can't worry about what nobody else got going on.
Right.
If it ain't positive, I don't want to be around it. Oh, I want to say this. T Money and Money World Shant, those are my friends. They got a lot of things going on in Decatur, willing to like help the youth.
Yes.
So I'm gonna get with them really soon. So they do like a lot of events and things for the neighborhood. And so me and my brother Trigger, what we do, we have an RP day. It's usually on the first weekend of June. We didn't do it this year, but he's having some medical issues that we're dealing with right now, though. I'm praying that he get well.
Yes.
But so what we do, we have face paint come out, bounce houses and free food, and so everybody will come out with shirts and remembering their loved ones.
That is amazing. Yeah. So perhaps I know you usually do it, but maybe you could postpone it and push it back a little bit. Like you said, praying that he gets better, whatever he's going through. Right.
Well, it's a pinched nerve type situation, so those things are no joke.
Listen, bro, I've been dealing with a pinched nerve in my neck, and they wanted to do surgery on me since 2018. Wow. I hurt all the time. It's never went away because I now have degeneration in my neck. Right. So I hurt from my neck all the way down my arm. So I understand. But there was a period in time where I had to stop doing certain things because I was in so much pain. Now I've kind of got it under control, but I get it. It's very, very painful. So I pray that you get all the way better.
Right. Thank you.
Absolutely. So your symbolism of the goat in your video, what does it personally represent for you beyond the typical greatest of all time meaning?
I think with the goat, it was more so I got it for the greatest of all times, being that what I overcome in my life. Yes. What I felt like was a lot. Maybe some people can handle, maybe some can't, but it was a lot for me, and I beat statistics and the odds, and so that's why I went with the GOAT.
I love it. Because you absolutely have beat the odds.
Yes, thank you. And that goes where I am. So you are what you want to be. What do you consider yourself? You know? So
thank you for sharing and being vulnerable about that moment too, of where you said that you had that morning where you just looked in the mirror and you cried.
I cried my heart out because I was tired. I mean, I was thinking like this, okay, I'm a convicted felon and I try my best. I got this dental job. And I got up to $27 an hour. That was pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean? But when child support and all that stuff started going on, so that was like that little check it's
gone.
What is going on with my life?
Yeah.
This ain't it. You know what I mean? And then some of the people that I was around was pretty much draining me. And now that all of that is gone, I feel so much peace, and just the regroup is it's phenomenal.
That peace of mind is priceless, isn't it?
Right.
Like you cannot pay for that peace of mind that you have. It's radiating from you.
Yeah.
I can tell that you're happy, you're at peace, your family life is good, you're happy with your back doing your music.
Yeah.
Life is grand, right?
Yeah, it's working on out.
With that being said, any young men, and we'll speak to the young men, because one thing that I know about, because I've been sitting down with young men for many, many years, is that a lot of them were told in their upbringing, don't cry, be a man, suppress those feelings. They deal with that. What would you say to them that maybe they're battling or struggling with that because they want to be able to let it out?
If you hold it in now, it's going to hurt you later. The more you hold it in when you're young, because what happens is you have tried to find a crutch, and that turns to drinking, and that turns to other drugs. It'll turn to other things that you don't need, and ultimately it'll hurt you at the end. So to any young person that's going through anything, isolate yourself, find the problem, and and then work accordingly.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you got to learn to master the love from a distance. So if it's somebody in your family, your best friend or whoever, if they not solid with you, then you're gonna have to love from a distance. They got to respect your growth. If not, then they're not meant for you.
That is the biggest facts ever. I couldn't agree with you more on that, because there's a lot of people that I've had to learn to love from a distance.
You got to.
It hurts sometimes.
It hurts bad.
But it's the best thing for you.
It'll hurt in the beginning because you trying to connect because of you. That ain't what God wanted. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Listen, we have to lean on God at all times.
All the time. So that's what I'm 20 hours out the day.
Yeah.
I'm constantly meditating. I usually don't even listen to music, but I'm meditating.
Do you fast as well?
I haven't lately, but I have plenty of times before, but not lately. And I'm in the process now of trying to eat right. I want to find out my blood type and start eating according to that.
That is absolutely, because I know a lot of people who did the, I guess, blood type diet where you eat for your blood type. Yeah. It changed their life.
Yeah, because you got to think, that's what it's, you know what I mean? Like, we eating all these shrimp and steaks and stuff, and then you got acid reflux and all this stuff going on. You got to wonder why. So I said, you know what, I'm pretty sure real soon I'm going to reach out to you and tell you about it, though, but I'm going to find out my blood type and I'm going to start, get me a schedule for that.
Absolutely, it will. And that's kind of because, you know, as we age and get older, you know, or seasoned, we ain't getting older, we seasoned. All that changes, because I feel like all the things that I could do in my 20s, if I do it now, I quit drinking in 2017. No more alcohol, because my body could not bounce back from it the way it used to. Plus, it's just toxic to our body. It's killing our liver. Yeah. And same thing with our foods. You know, what we did in our 20s and 30s will absolutely catch up with you in your 40s and 50s.
They said it all the time, and it definitely did.
I'm a walking testimony of that, because end of 2023, I started having some digestive issues, literally out of the blue. I went from being able to pretty much consume what I wanted to, hot stuff, whatever, to one day, not to be TMI, but I just started vomiting. And I'm like, what is going on? So I went and seen a gastroenterologist, and they did the upper endoscopy, kind of find out I had gastritis, inflammation in my stomach. I had to significantly change my diet, because there was about a 5-month period where I was just randomly getting sick in the middle of the night, in the morning.
So when you wake up, you got to come with acid reflux.
Exactly. And I found out I have what's called a hiatal hernia. It's where a portion of my stomach pushes into my diaphragm. So I have to be super mindful. Like, I had to quit drinking coffee because it's very acidic, and the caffeine and stuff like that. Man, so it will catch up to you. So get it under control before you start developing any problems, because that was a miserable part of my life.
While y'all ordering them hot wings extra wet, you better think about it.
All them fried foods. Now I cook only with like avocado oils, maybe some extra virgin olive oil, but outside of that, no seed oils, no canola oil, because all that stuff clogs our arteries up. Man, I like having these kind of conversations.
Me too.
Absolutely. So you've described this moment as more than a comeback. It's a statement. What statement, and what do you want people to get from it, from your statement?
No matter what you've been through in life, no matter how dark you think it is, that it's a light at the end of the tunnel. All you have to do is apply yourself, and one day at a time. It ain't gonna happen overnight, but just apply yourself. When I started doing music, I understood the assignment 5 years ago. I didn't have any fans to where I got over 200,000 streams, where I know people have heard my music. You see what I'm saying? So that's a major accomplishment. So to me, I already won.
That is facts. Absolutely. And I'm so glad that you said that, because one of the questions that I wanted to ask you, and we'll just dive into it right now a little early, is what does success look like for you? Because we all have our own definition of what success looks like for us. What does it look like for young Holyfield?
Success for me looks like including myself, but everyone around me smiling and happy. That's success.
Yeah.
We don't no needs. We got more wants than needs.
Yes, absolutely. Because, you know, it's nice to have a cushion of money, but money does not buy that happiness.
That's why a lot of people got money be checking up out of here too.
Exactly.
You got to have a mind frame. You got to be ready for this stuff.
Man, that is facts. Absolutely. Some people feel like money can buy happiness. I'm not in agreement with that.
I grew up with money. In and out. I've
Yep.
had a lot of it. I know what it feel like to be. Gas light on. I know what that feel like too. You see what I'm saying?
No, it affects me too.
Like for real. So you can't cherish it. It's just it's paper. They can start putting value on whatever, and then so it don't mean nothing. You can't take it with you when you're gone. But like I said, though, man, the most part, you'll just stay locked in and focus on yourself. And like I said, it's 8 billion people in this world. Just do your music. Is your music gonna gravitate to who it's gonna gravitate to? You see what I'm saying? It's gonna attract who to the ears that need. Just do your part.
We can't please everybody.
Bingo.
Nor should we try to.
Nor should you try to. You just stay in your lane, and no matter how many lists they come out with, you just continue doing your thing, okay?
Yes, because what social media has taught us is the fact that no matter what you say, what you do, somebody over here got something to say about it.
Bingo, no matter what.
You could be that happy-go-lucky person, life is grand. Somebody over here who's miserable is going to be like, look at that guy.
Right, and so that's why, and sometimes, and there can be someone close to you, so that's why you shouldn't listen to nobody else but you and your source God.
That old saying, misery loves company.
Bingo. Because they won't do it, or they ain't got the drive to go do it, and they'll talk you out your blessing, and you sitting there being a fool to listen to them who ain't never even had $1 million nor haven't accomplished nothing in life, but gonna try to tell you what to do with your life. Think about that.
I actually had a millionaire, one of my friends from back home. He was an older gentleman. He lived in like the neighborhood near me, and he used to have like little gatherings, invite people over, and he said that. He said, what can someone who's making 50 grand a year tell you about getting to that milli if your goal is to get to the million?
Bingo.
Like you got to be mindful of who you surround yourself with.
Right.
Because envy is real.
It is.
Envy is more dangerous than hate.
It is.
Because envy is what gets people killed.
Right.
Because people get envious of what you have and they want it and they try to take it.
That's the reason my circle the way it is. And
super small.
Super small. And I'm a cool person. I'm open to meeting people, but I have my guard up.
Yeah.
And it's gonna always be that way until not to the point where it be disrespectful or whatever. But I give everybody a fair chance. But once they cross or do anything, then you go about your business.
Listen, we have to learn to say no without explaining ourselves.
Bingo.
Unapologetically.
Right.
Nope.
Bingo. That's all to it. Yeah.
Because not everybody is intended to come on your journey with you.
No.
And we unapologetically, it's okay.
Right.
Period. So you started writing at the age of 14. Mm-hmm. Over these years, lyrically, how has your style changed? Or has it remained the same?
It's really remained the same because I speak my truth. I pretty much rap about my life. I don't rap about jewelry and shoot 'em up, bang, bang. And I rap about realistic stuff, motivation, things that I've been through and that got me out of what I've been through, stuff like that. So I just, my music always been the same, but it would grow depending, like I got a Caribbean track, One Concern. So I'm versatile. I can go on any level. And I tell Cool all the time, man, so just send me something different, whatever. I want to rap on it so that I can show the people that I can really do this.
You have versatility.
Yeah, and see, people looked at me because you got to think, like, I was doing dentistry for 14 years.
Yeah.
So they looking at this person, okay, how in the world is my dentist, because they black folks was calling me a dentist. How my dentist a rapper now? You see what I'm saying? So
he a whole rapper now.
Right. They weren't taking me serious. And so now I think with the material that I put out this far, and they're starting to catch on.
Absolutely. And again, it kind of goes back to, like you said, we can't please everybody. Just focus on the ones who are loving it.
Because it's going to reach out organically no matter what.
Absolutely.
Once you put it in the universe, it's going to gravitate to who it need to gravitate to. I can't worry about who don't like it or whatever, but the ones who gravitate to, they'll like it.
Definitely.
And they'll take something positive from it.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I know we've touched on this already throughout the conversation, but, you know, for someone who's really in a dark place right now and they're trying to figure out their next move, what would you tell them?
Silence. Right now, you locked in, hear God speak. Don't worry about the opinions of other people. Find out what it is you want to do with your life, and execute. You got to write down, jot down a plan, but it's one step at a time. I know you may be crying right now, but you got to start reach out to me, inbox me, whatever you're going through, and I will do whatever I can to help you. To get you to, if you have to go do counseling, but just do that on your own time, just you. It ain't everybody's business.
Man, I love that you are like an open door for people to come talk to you.
I want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody eat. I want to see people happy. I get more out of that. I don't want to see people mad and angry and crime. I don't care if it's white on white or black on black. It's just shit. I got old.
I could not agree with you more.
When you get up in the morning, you can either activate the devil in you or you can activate the God in you. Which one you gonna let take the best of you?
That's facts.
You wake up on the positive side and then gonna switch you. You just will it turn that negative positive the way you think. It's like if I'm late here, well maybe it was a reason why I'm late.
Yes.
Instead of saying, oh, you know, don't be so hard on yourself.
And I'm on the other side of it. I don't lash out at people like, what?
Right.
There could have been an accident.
Bingo.
We are in Atlanta. We know what the traffic look like in Atlanta. I don't, that's why I always space my interviews out far enough apart to give them a little bit of grace. Because there's been times where I've almost been late coming here because of the traffic or it's pouring down rain or whatever it may be. Right. So we have to give ourselves grace for sure.
Yeah, so I just want people, man, like I say, you be faced with so many different obstacles in life and everybody battles something different. But the main thing, like I said, you're going to have to isolate yourself from everybody and reevaluate your circle, reevaluate your family, reevaluate.
Yes.
Okay? And people should treat you like gold. They should embrace you with love. If you ain't getting none of that, every time you go around your folks, they joning you, they're making you feel bad and all that. These ain't the type of people that you need to be around.
Oh, I know that's right. I'm
telling you, cause you headed to destruction. I mean, you dealing with these nothing ass people.
That's facts. And if you feel like you're experiencing some depression or anxiety, it's okay to reach out and get help. Get therapy if you need to. There's nothing wrong with talking to somebody because it could save your life.
It can.
It could absolutely save your life or somebody else because you might end up doing something crazy because your mental's not all the way right.
Right. And before you crash out, please reach out and holler at me. And if I can assist you with anything, I'm more than willing to help.
What would you say has been the biggest lesson you've learned throughout your journey? Because you're like living proof that growth is possible.
Oh, yeah. Ask me that one more time. I got to think.
That's okay. Yeah, so you are truly like living proof that growth is possible because you went from being incarcerated to dentistry. You're a family man. What would you say throughout your journey has been one of the biggest lessons that you've learned about life?
The biggest lesson for me was, I think, just being able to get outside of the matrix. All the things that I thought was important, like the fast cars, the jewelry, the multiple girls, and all that fast life, it really ain't what it seemed. The going in the club, buying the bottles, and doing all that, I should have took the money and like invested in a little more sooner than what I'm doing now. But I'm grateful for it and being at home and being able to raise my kids. That's more of that's a blessing to me.
It's a major blessing. Absolutely.
So I have 7 boys. So.
What is their age ranges, if you don't mind sharing?
From 21 down to 3. So I have a 21, 19, 21, 19, 14, 13, 7, 5, and 3.
Look at you. That's beautiful, though. Like, I'll tell you, having kids is, in my opinion, it instantly becomes bigger than us when we have a child. It changes our entire perspective on life, and it's the biggest blessing ever.
Yes. I enjoy every moment. I have young adults, and then I started all the way over with a 3-year-old, but it's keeping me young. And like I say, just making me more mature and understand that I got to leave something, a legacy for behind for them. And then too, when I do leave here, they can always go on YouTube or go somewhere and always see my videos, and that'll be hopefully some motivation for them when they turn 40 and whatever, that they like, oh man, daddy was 43 when he did this. You see what I'm saying? So there's motivation for them and my grandkids whenever I have some.
I was about to say, when you have grandbabies, you better have a girl, because you got a whole team of boys.
And that's what I'm thinking it's gonna be. Don't y'all go rushing me, making me no granddaddy though. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. It's gonna be a bunch of granddaughters.
Yeah, because I'm like, what are the odds you ended up with all boys, right? Mm-hmm. But that's what I told my son too, because I only have one. I was like, I'll embrace being a grandmother, but I'm not quite ready yet. But he's married, and so I'm like, when he's ready. Right. But I'm glad he's taking his time with it as well. Right. Are there any big goals that you're manifesting right now, whether it's on the personal or business side?
Well, on the business side, like I spoke earlier about the land that we're purchasing. But the ultimate goal and what I want to do is just have a rehabilitation area for people that come out of prison. And like we were talking about, finding them homes. Yes. Second chance, for them. So if I invest in some property, maybe put some houses on there to get convicted felons, because they can go out and get a job. And so I just want to do with my part to make this world easy for anyone I'm in contact with.
I love the fact that you're using what you've been through for something positive.
But I understood that's why God put me through what I had to go. I had to go through this.
Yes.
I had to go through this so I know what it feels like to be an alcoholic. I know what it feels like for certain things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but I know how it feels to bounce back. I knew what I had to do to get to where I'm at now. So I got to, that's my duty. So I got into, even with music, I want to be able to reach out as many people as possible. We get on the same team and we make a big difference in the community.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Again, we're all here for a purpose, for a reason. We all have a gift or multiple gifts, and I feel like you're tapping into all of that. Yeah. And I always say, no matter what we go through in life, whether it's losing a loved one, having to sit down and be incarcerated, whatever it is, find the positive in it.
Got to. Don't let it switch you, because, like I said, it'll pull you down. That stress, a number one killer.
It is.
And then it's going to bring on blood pressure. It's going to bring on all this other stuff. So you want to try to keep your mind as peaceful, at a balance as possible. Even when it comes to raising kids, we got to realize we're not perfect. And sometimes I had to reevaluate myself. Like, wait a minute, I made some mistakes when I was 17, sneaking out the house, doing certain things. So I can't come down on my kids for certain things, or we want to whoop them for everything. You can't do that. No. You got to talk to them. You got to put yourself, you got to just know that you're not perfect.
I feel like it's a perfect balance of, disciplining them, but showing them love at the same time. Because I was more, not that I was a pushover parent, but with my son, I always poured a lot of love into him. I disciplined him when he needed to be, but I didn't overly discipline him. And now to this day, we have a beautiful relationship. He's a college graduate. He's a military vet. And I feel like a lot of it starts with us as a parent and the love that we pour into our children.
It does. That's why, when my dad passed away with diabetes in 2013. So, but even when I was young, my dad told me he loved me so much. He sung to me so much.
That's beautiful.
He kissed me on my forehead while I'm asleep. He did all those things. And then that's why, with me, even though when I was having my dark phases in life, I didn't allow my kids to see that.
Yes.
So you got to be mindful of what you let your kids see also. You know what I'm saying? Because they will act out later.
You are absolutely right, because I say that often. My parents were married up until the day my mom passed. They were married for 48 years. And I can never remember a time ever in my life seeing them argue. If they did not do it in front of my sister and I. Never, ever, ever can I recollect a time where my dad raised his voice to my mom or they were bickering. Never. Right. And I feel like that also, like you said, it makes a big difference in who we are as an adult.
It does. So even down to how we wake up our kids in the morning.
Yes.
I wake up my kids so gentle, rub their head.
Yeah.
And get your black, blah, 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 get up. Y'all go do, no. You scaring them. You see what I'm saying? So you just got to learn to not whatever you're going through on your personal, not take it out on your kids or your surroundings.
Absolutely. We have to pour that love into them because it's so ironic. I'll say this one last thing. Like I said, I was always very loving with my son, but I remember there was one time in particular, he had spilled some red Kool-Aid on the carpet and I completely blew up at him because I was having a bad day. To this day, that moment still haunts me. I still get emotional thinking about how much I came at him and yelled at him about something so minor and petty.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know how some people do it all the time.
Yes.
Just that one time, still to this day, it still bothers me. My son probably don't remember because he was like 6 or 7. I remember it though.
Right.
So we got to pour that love into our kids. Absolutely. So I Am is available now on all digital platforms.
Yes, ma'am.
So go check it out. And what's the name of the record that's coming up next to a country record?
Oh, that's called Country Party. It's out right now.
Oh, it is out. Okay.
Yeah, and the video will be out soon. I did just release a new song called Came the Ball with video. The video shot by Timothy Lenz. So that's out right now and it's doing phenomenal.
Most definitely. Absolutely. One more question about your music. If somebody were to want to really get to know who you are, what would be that first song that you would direct them to? Like, go listen to this one first.
I Am.
That's the one. Yeah. It's very personal for you.
Yeah, it's straightforward. It took me a while to grow on that song though, even though I wrote it and all that stuff up. But when I sit back and just think about after hearing it, like sometimes it'll just bring tears to my eyes.
Yes.
Because it's like, dang, and God already showed me this everything that's happening right now. God already showed it to me.
It's all divine. It's already
organic. So I don't pay for views. I don't pay for none of that type of stuff. Everything I got going on is organic.
That's the best way to be. That way you can naturally see what your growth is looking like.
So I can know. I don't want to pay for no views. I'm not going to do it. I want to see the real organic people, and that's what's been going on, and it's been working for me.
The only thing that we should pay for is ads.
Right.
Advertisement.
Right.
Like on my YouTube channel, I pay for Google ads. I spend a lot of money paying for Google ads to generate organic traffic. Right. Same thing with Instagram. Everything I post, I put an ad behind it because it generates all that organic traffic.
Even on my Facebook, I had put I got a single out called Show Me, and that's been playing on 94.5.
Yeah. Okay, dope.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Schmack. And so with Show Me, I put an ad on Facebook. I got right now it's at 108,000 views.
Wow, Facebook be going viral, don't it?
Right. On that same song, I got a collab with The Breaker. I don't know if you know the guy on Instagram, be chewing bones.
I don't.
Yeah, but we collab.
Okay, dope.
We end up having over 1 million views on it on IG and TikTok. So
that's hard. That is dope, man. Well, I definitely want to say shout out to Rocky Patrice.
Definitely, I was going to say that, man. Thank you, Rocky, for the opportunity and all that you're doing for me. And any independent artist or anyone out there that's looking to get up through there, go holler at Rocky Patrice, the true GOAT.
Yeah, she is the mogul. We love us some Rocky Patrice. Who else would you like to give thanks to and show love to for supporting you?
I want to shout out the whole city of Atlanta. My producer and engineer, Cool For Real. DJ Funky, the Coalition DJs, DJ Walt Chamberlain, DJ Are You Major, DJ Hype Man Crunk.
That's my dog, man. Yeah. Shout out to Hype Man Crunk.
Yeah, Hype Man Crunk, man. He been working with me. We got a lot of things that we're going to be working on very soon. But yeah, so everyone who's been rocking with Young Holyfield, Tip of the Scale, Diamond Music, my brother Trigger, man, I really appreciate you. And Industry Most Wanted podcast.
Hey, you better believe it. Most definitely. Where can people follow you on your socials?
All right, on Instagram it's Young Holyfield _ and on Facebook it's Michael Holyfield, MICHAEL HOLYFIELD.
Speaking of Industry's Most Wanted, I got one last question for you. Where are we at?
Industry.
We are on Industry's Most Wanted.
Wanted.
What makes you the Industry's Most Wanted?
Because I'm hot right now. It's going to be for a while.
I know that's right. He's sizzling hot. Listen, this was such a great conversation. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Same here. Pleasure being here anytime. I would love to come back.
Of course, absolutely. We'll make that happen.
Thank you.
Boom. We out of here, y'all.
Dancing, baby, ain't no stopping, bitch, shit popping. Blues on the floor, little mama stack that paper. We paying bills in it, bitch, put your leg on the table. Son wanna let me spank it, make a nigga wanna spin some. Go on and grab them ankles, make a nigga wanna spin some. Spread that ass and show it, make a nigga wanna throw it. Came in the door with a bang, hey bitch, I'm about to blow it. Son wanna let me spank it, make a nigga wanna spin some. Go on and grab them ankles, Make a nigga wanna spend some. Spread that ass and show it. Make a nigga wanna throw it. Came in the door with a bag, and bitch, I'm about to blow it. Sleeping on myself so you can put that hate to rest. They tried to gather up in groups, but I'm that wrong nigga to test. Don't stand too close, I got a Smith & Wesson that'll open up your chest. And every time you shit up, it's imagine swapping out your bag. Can't blow my high, no you can't deny. Holyfield, that guy, you know I'm lit. Henny shots for sick, she been on her shit, she graduated. Her so elevated, gotta take care of them babies on a mission. Shaking ass and titties, pop your shit you win and paid off your tuition. Steak and lobster dinner, closet full of denim, mortgage paid, gave him back his ring. He ain't what he seen, she want a boss. Tell that lane get lost, he like to run his mouth, he all talk. Living with his mama, sleeping on the couch, I'm self-made. I got to get paid before I hit the stage or early grave. If you try to play, chop it to your face, you can die today. It's your choice, of course you better play it safe. And look at all this pussy in my face, nigga. Tryna wanna let me spank it, make a nigga wanna spend some. Go on and grab them ankles, make a nigga wanna spend some. Spread that ass and show it, make a nigga wanna throw it. Came in the door with a bag, and bitch, I'm about to blow it. Tryna wanna let me spank it, make a nigga wanna spend some. Go on and grab them ankles, make a nigga wanna spend some. Spread that ass and show it, make a nigga wanna throw it. Came in the door with a bag, and bitch, I'm about to blow it.